Sorry, I'm recording now. So sorry for those guys who are watching the recording. Missed a bit. With the correlation between pairs, guys, I really don't want to see people saying that a pair correlates with this one exactly opposite or perfectly or anything like that. If you are new to training, fucking forget correlation. Do not even look at it, okay? It will start putting things in your head that you don't need to know. Once you start being consistent, yes, you don't want to be putting a buy on AU, okay, and a buy on EURED. If you're doing two swing trade buys, like long-term 200 pip buys on those two pairs, one of them is probably going to get stopped out, okay? But correlation is not something you should be taking into consideration when you're just putting a normal trade on, okay? It really isn't. If you're trading GU, AU, and UJ, you do not need to know the correlation, okay? They move independently. The only thing that's going to make them move together is when you have USD high impact news. Then they will move either the same or opposites. But general trading and general moves, it's going to be its own pair. Okay? So EA, we've got going short. I'm not in that yet. GU, I'm in short. AU, I'm looking for a turnaround before I enter. Oops, shit. EUR, USD. Now, this is sitting on a daily, pretty important level, guys. If the next candle can print below it, you'll be looking for a push down to the monthly, okay? If this respects and leaves a wick and closes bullish, you'll be looking for bullish moves off the daily, okay? So it's up to you if you want to trade it. I personally don't. My trading style, guys, I risk a fair bit more than what most people do, okay? The reason I can do that is because I'm happy to wait all week for a setup. If you were on the training, you're a paid student and you're on the webinar on Sunday, you'll see how many setups there actually are on one pair, okay? Or across all pairs, just on one time frame, the 4 hour, you can generally find 3 or 4 decent trades that are 50, 100 pip trades in a week very, very easily on a 4 hour time frame, okay? So I'm not in a big mad rush to trade. If EU isn't setting up for me, I won't trade it, because then when GU sets up or EA sets up, I'll have 4 or 5 trades on that, and that will bring in 400 or 500 pips for us. Now, EU, we need to see price turn around, okay? And if it turns around, we can look to go bullish. If not, we won't, okay? EUR, JPYs, we're going to break our lower trend line. I'll look at it soon. So on the break of our upper trend line, okay, we're expecting to drop to our lower trend line, which is the second phase of the trend line, and then you're looking to go to the next one down. Okay, but we do have a weekly through here as well, so we're probably going to see some hesitation around where we are, maybe a pullback. But the reason this is falling so hard, guys, okay, is the Japanese yen was strengthening, okay, and the euro was falling. Hence why this fell so fucking drastically, because it had both pairs lining up with the drop. It didn't have one going up and one going down, so it's a bit of a consolidation area. It had both pairs weak, like it had this Japanese yen strengthening, which pushes this pair down, and it had the euro weakening, which is pushing this down as well. So both sides of the currency pair were driving this down. Hence why it's free fell for the past 10 days. Okay? So if you're waiting for a pullback on this, very hard to trade, okay? Because it's just free falling. So 1 hour, if you do your smaller time frame trading, you will be looking for pullback to said area before you look to short the market. Okay, I can't draw my fibs here yet, but I'm going to just for a rule of thumb. Need to see a bullish candle print, but you'll be looking for reversal out of that blue box and then continue to the downside. Okay, if this remains bearish. Okay, we will see though. UJ. Okay, this is still dropping. Okay, I know a lot of people tried to go long in this area and in this area. Probably got stopped out. Okay, if you're on our markup webinar or paid students markup webinar, what did I say that we're waiting for to trade this pair? Anybody that was on the paid students one? Might not be anyone here.
You wanted to break above that box, then come down and respect it with a bullish engulfing on the 4 hour or something along those lines.
You wanted to break this consolidation area. Okay? People tried buying off this previous low, thinking that it's in a bullish trend. It's in a fucking consolidation area. Okay? So we don't really want to be trading consolidation. Yes, it's broken and retesting a trend line and all these sorts of things. But if you look, guys, to the left, every time price gets down to this monthly, it goes sideways. You need it to break away from this before you can safely trade it. Okay? So price is getting oversold. You are retesting your trend line. If you were looking to do buys, this would be the only area I'd be looking to do it, where price is now. Not when it was retesting previous lows, not when it was up at this high, because it never broke the high. Worst time to buy is when it's about to break the high. You want to be buying at a low point, selling at a high point. If you buy at a high point, shoot yourself in the foot. Okay? Never broke the high for a continuation trade. So it came back to retest structure, but your trend line hasn't been retested. Okay? Only issue with the whole trend line retest at the moment is your EMAs are crossing back bearish. Okay? So you're more than likely going to see a drop down to the supply and demand area, guys, once again. And then you can look to go bullish out of that if you want to. But keep in mind, if the US dollar is going to be weakening and the Japanese yen is strengthening, this thing is going to free fall. Like Euro JPY is doing, okay? So I'm sort of holding back on UJ until I see a pretty good setup. So far, I haven't seen a good one. I'm going to wait and see how it reacts off this. Then we may see a good one. If I see a bullish engulfing off this, we may buy. But we'll wait and see. And EURNZD. So which way do we have EURNZD going? GBP NZD. And GBP AUD. So if GBP NZD can break that low, that'll be so solid. It's actually not a bad sell at the moment. That's actually a pretty solid sell. We called that the Empire. Is that you, Alejo? Is it Alejo? I don't know. Who's the Empire? Nobody? Okay. But yes, this has broken the previous low, guys, on the 4 hour. It is putting a double top big wicks to the upside. I'd be more interested to see a sell once it broke the low here. We do have a monster supply and demand area across the top that it's hit. So a 4 hour break in structure would be perfect, to tell the truth. We have seen it. If we get reversal here, so the next 4 hour closes in an hour and 40, and we get a bearish engulfing to the downside here, short down to the low for sure, okay? Then from there, you could be looking to go further down to an extension, okay? That extension, you'll have an ABCD, so a reciprocal you can target as well with your normal fibs. That'll be your overall long-term trend. But one thing you need to keep in mind is the market can pull some fuckery up here. As you can see, it broke structure here and then broke it again back to the upside, okay, all in 1 week. So be careful, wait for the reversal sign here and then look to short down to the low. But that's still a 40, 50 pip trade, so it won't be bad. I'll keep my eyes on that one tonight as well. And GBP AUD, they're still in an uptrend. So I need to see a break structure before I sell. It's in a solid uptrend still. Yeah, it's found a demand zone, but yeah, it's still in an uptrend. There's nothing else to say. It's in a bullish trend, so until it breaks, don't sell. And I think that's about it. Okay, so GU, we're hoping that it's going to close bearish. Okay, if we can get this bearish engulfing or evening star set up here in the next hour and a half, that solidifies our short. Okay, and then we're trading down to the low. It's a 70, 80 pip trade. Going to kick the week off very, very well. If I can, I'm going to stack another order in on this down to the low. If it's going to respect my first order, should be a neat and tidy couple of bands. I don't do gold. Sorry, brother. Do not do it. One day you'll have a massive loss on it and you'll wonder why. And then you'll understand why I don't do it. Okay. So, Mexican, it's still fucking around, doing what it wants to do. Okay, we are respecting both trend lines here. It's completion of a harmonic pattern, a weekly pattern. The blue box is my reversal zone for the harmonic pattern, guys. It is still sitting around it. It hasn't broken structure yet, but the support that it's found is extremely strong. Has not broke it in all of these days, nearly 2 weeks. Nearly 2 trading weeks since it's broken, since it's tried to break the low. If I can break this high, I'll be looking to go bullish. But these blue boxes on the way down, guys, were my shorts on the Mexican. Okay. Each trade was about 400 pips. Okay. So as you can see, it sticks to structure extremely well. Double top, broke structure, retested it, broke structure, retested it, broke, retested the wick, broke, retested. It just kept going. Never broke the previous high. Okay, so you keep shorting on the high points. Same as any trend. But hopefully with your AED, we can get a fall like we did the other week. Okay, so I hope we can get our drop to the downside through here in a fashion like we did with this one. Because this one was like a 700 pip 2 days when EA did that free fall. Another one of those bad boys is going to see a 1,000 pip week very easily for everybody. Okay. Any questions? And for paid students, your homework groups will be set up in the next 2 days. Okay. Any other questions, ladies and gents? So GBP CAD sent a thing out about this earlier. If it breaks the low, trade it to the D point. Well, I will be. Okay. If it can't break the low, you'll be looking to go bullish. Okay, but if it breaks low, it's in a downtrend. I'll be trading it down to the D point. So we'll keep an eye on it over the next few hours. Could be a potential 100 pip short coming up if we can break this little area through here. Okay. Awesome. Have a good night, guys. I will talk to you all soon. And I'll put this up on the website.
Thanks, Mike.
No worries.